So for me, new space, in fact, is not new. It's a different way of using the space that we have and to put in orbit capabilities in terms of satellites and services that will come from that have new concepts. The concept mainly come from the fact that we have now technology that allowed us to be quicker, faster, to go for smaller and nano satellites, quick capabilities that may change completely the paradigm on which we put satellites in orbit, we operate them, and on the way we gather the information that come from the satellites, which are increasing really massively, and the way we use this information on the Earth. Yes, I will say two dimensions. The first dimension is with the big programs that we have managed to put really in operation, Copernicus and Galileo, we have made Europe a real global player in the provision of data for both the Earth observation and the navigation, the positioning. This makes for Europe something that at the level of the competitiveness and the provision of information something unprecedented because of the type of data we can provide, the precision that we can provide. And this is not for the sake of the space community, it's for the benefit of each of us as citizens. And in fact, that's the second dimension I want to highlight. We are investing in research and innovation because we believe we can have a better way of living, having information that can come from the satellites in a different way, in a more constant way, with a different way also of analyzing the data that will come. Another dimension is the capability that our European industry may have using this new opportunity to grow, to provide a job, to create jobs that have a new dimension that allowed Europe to look at the future also from a growth and a job perspective really that is different from what we have today. So space is both for the citizens and for the growth of jobs and the industry that we have in our European Union. Okay, so for me this question again have two dimensions. One is the fact that having data that allowed us to know what's happening on the Earth in all dimensions, in the Earth dimension, so in the ocean, on the Earth, in the air, but as well across the border in area where earthquake or other natural disaster are happening, give us the possibility to have a more secure environment in which we live. The other dimension is how we ensure that having a space that is growing in terms of infrastructure, we could have secure communication and we could have also secure management of this infrastructure. And that's today is a very hot topic which is putting together not only the space community but as well other communities, especially from the ITC community and from the cybersecurity part, questioning how we can have different way of managing our assets, and that's why one of the big flagship that is at the moment discussed at the level of the European Union is quantum, exactly because this may change the way we communicate in a very secure way. I think I would like to give first things is that you need to change your mind. You come out from the university, from your first working experience, possibly in a research endeavor, and when you decide to open a startup, you need to think as a businessman. Actually, I would say also as a businesswoman. So you need to see what you need to make your idea a viable product, a viable service, a viable enterprise. And to do that, you need to have some competence you don't have. So you need to find this competence. Creating a team that have this expertise or asking for this expertise. For example, throughout the project we are funding Astropreneurs, we offer mentorship exactly because we know that people that decide to open a startup, often they are not business people. So you need to change your mindset and understand that it is worth to invest time and resources on the business side. Without that, your idea will not become something that will sustain. So the objective should be sustainability. And this is a big change in the mentality. It's sometimes, I have to say, the reason why some startups fail, because they don't go out from the creation of the idea to something that can last, especially in a very competitive market environment. And the other thing is that you need to invest time in understanding where your source, your capital can come from. Again, it's not only the idea is who is going to invest, how you are going to sustain, especially what is called, unfortunately very badly, but is what's happening is the debt of valley. So the valley where you, at a certain moment, you don't make the leap you need to move into the real business. And this is a threat that you need to know from the beginning. So you need to master that, and to do this, you need to know where to find the investors, where to find opportunity. And this is time which need to be devoted if you want to make your startup an SME. So my advice is don't underestimate the path you are in front of you. Don't get scared because of that, but create your team in such a way that you have all competencies, not only the technical one, but also the business, the communication, the capability of making your idea something that can be in the market and can last for a period that allowed you to grow and to become an SME that can last.